North Cascades Heli is wilderness skiing and riding in an uncontrolled and wild mountain environment. It is your responsibility to help manage the risk by listening to your guides and pilots and by following their instructions. North Cascades Heli guides are professionals that have dedicated their careers to managing the risks and hazards of skiing in the mountains. By listening to and following your guide's instructions, you will reduce the risks involved with skiing in this uncontrolled environment. If you have any questions, or if you do not understand any of the instructions, please ask your guide for clarification. To help manage the hazard of the helicopter, please follow the instructions of your pilot and your guide. Primary hazards of helicopters are the main rotor and tail rotor. Be aware that these rotate very quickly and become very difficult to see. The main rotor can dip well below head height or even lower due to uneven ground or deep snow. Never approach the tail of the helicopter. Stop well short of the helicopter and only approach the helicopter with your guide. Never carry your skis over your shoulder. Instead, package your skis and poles securely for transport and drag them to the landing zone. Helicopters can produce extreme winds. However, it is critical to keep watching at all times and to remain kneeling within the pilot's field of vision. Secure all clothing and loose articles. Items that blow away may damage the helicopter. If an item does blow away, do not chase after it. Tell your guide, and if possible, they will retrieve it. To protect the integrity of the helicopter, make sure your boots are buckled before you step on board. Do not attempt to knock snow off your boots while stepping on board the helicopter. Do not enter the aircraft until signaled by the pilot or guide. When entering the aircraft, take the farthest away seat. Put on your seatbelt and adjust it to fit. Once your seatbelt is tight, help the next person with their seatbelt. Your seatbelts should remain on at all times until the aircraft is landed and the pilot or guide has signaled that you may exit the aircraft. Do not place anything outside of the helicopter while in flight. In addition to the standard exit doors, the helicopter is equipped with push-out windows and front doors with emergency release handles. Each helicopter is equipped with an emergency locator device, fire extinguisher, first aid kit, advanced medical supplies, and rescue gear. For safety reasons, it is critical that we minimize weight in the helicopters. Although helicopters are loud and travel fast, we ask that you move slowly and deliberately around them. There is no need to rush. Listen carefully to your guide's instructions, and if you have any questions, ask for clarification. To manage the risk, your guide will lead the way down the mountain. Never ski or ride in front of your guide unless directed otherwise. Always stop above your guide. You will stay within an appropriate distance of the guide's track, so each member of the group can still be within the guide's designated path. If you lose track of the guide or become separated from the group, traverse back in the direction that you last saw the other tracks. If you can't locate the tracks, you must stop and contact the guide on the radio. Do not keep moving downhill unless you know where the group is located. Due to the uncontrolled nature of this mountainous environment, you must ski in control so you can stop or navigate around unmarked hazards. These include cliffs, stumps, logs, creeks, abrupt banks, tree wells, crevasses, gullies, and cornices. When you become tired, stop and take a break. Partners can help when you are stuck or have fallen over or if you have lost a ski. But most importantly, partners help manage the hazard of tree wells while skiing in the forest. The most effective method for partner skiing is to have the rear partner keep visual contact with the lead partner while making a distinct noise so that the person in the lead can always hear them. If either of the partners lose contact with the other, stop immediately and try to re-establish contact. If this fails, radio the guide and keep trying to find your partner. Every member of the group will carry a radio, avalanche transceiver, avalanche float backpack with probe, shovel, and rescue card. Due to interference with avalanche transceivers, your cell phones and electronic devices must be in airplane mode or turned off and be kept at least 20 centimeters away from your transceiver. Despite our most diligent efforts to minimize the hazard of avalanches, avalanches can still occur. If you find yourself caught in an avalanche, yell to alert your partner and deploy your avalanche float pack. Stay upright and ski and ride downhill while angling to the edge of the avalanche. If you are unable to ski or ride out of the avalanche, get rid of your ski poles. Fight to stay on the surface as if you were swimming in turbulent water. If you are becoming buried, attempt to make yourself an air pocket with one arm while reaching the other towards the surface and remain calm. If another member of the group has been caught, watch carefully for a last seen point and then make a radio call to the guides and pilot that there has been an avalanche. Choose a leader to coordinate the initial response and refer to the rescue card in your backpack. Do a head count, assign avalanche searchers, and an avalanche lookout. Turn all transceivers to search and visually make sure that all transceivers are in search mode. Searchers should spread out 20 meters or 65 feet across the avalanche debris and make their way systematically in a zigzagging fashion down the debris pile while searching the whole area for a signal. Stop and investigate visual cues, such as equipment. When indicated, move in the direction of the arrow on your transceiver, but most importantly, ensure the numbers are getting smaller. When you are further away and the numbers are larger, you can travel faster, but as the numbers become smaller, slow down and be more accurate. You do not want to miss the lowest number. As you get closer, call out the number on your transceiver to alert your partners and guide that you are close to locating someone. When the arrow disappears, begin systematically identifying the area where the number is the smallest. Place a visual indicator such as a ski pole or a hat to identify the location of the smallest number. This is the area where you will probe and eventually dig. Probe the area in a spiral pattern, pushing the probe in perpendicular to the snow surface. The probe strike should be roughly the same depth as the lowest number that was shown on your transceiver. When you locate the buried person with a probe, leave the probe in as a target to dig towards. Step downhill and start digging in a conveyor belt fashion. When you reach the person who is buried, clear the snow from the face and chest first to ease their breathing and make sure their airway is clear of snow. If there's more than one person buried, use the mark function on the transceiver and use any additional rescuers to continue searching the rest of the avalanche. Always listen to your pilot and guide for instructions and ask questions if you need clarification. Heli skiing and riding has hazards that are different than resort skiing. Mountain conditions are ever-changing, and you must remain alert and attentive to your guide's instructions at all times. Music, drugs, and alcohol are prohibited. Your safety is our primary concern, and managing the risks must be a shared responsibility. Together, we can mitigate the hazards and enjoy this amazing mountain experience.